You've stood at that mirror longer than you want to admit, trying to get your hair to look fuller, and it just doesn't. You've tried the products, the techniques, maybe even a new cut, and something still feels flat and deflating. Let's fix that together, because your natural elegance deserves so much better than hair that fights you every single morning. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we're perfecting thin hair styling, and by part 3, you'll want to pause and look in the mirror. I mean it. We're covering the 4 biggest mistakes that are quietly flattening your hair, and the simple swaps that reverse them fast. The very first mistake? It's hiding in your bathroom right now. Let's go. Part 1. The weight mistake. Why your products are flattening you. Have you ever done everything right and still walked out with hair that looks thinner by noon? You spent real time on this, and it betrayed you anyway. Here is what nobody tells you. The products sitting on your bathroom shelf are probably the #1 reason your hair looks flat. Heavy conditioners, thick styling creams, rich serums. They feel luxurious going on, but on fine or thinning hair over 50, they coat every strand and pull it straight down. That gentle coating is quietly aging your hair by removing any lift it was fighting to hold. And honestly, this was the one product mistake I wish someone had whispered to me years ago, because it feels like care but acts like weight. The fix is not a product haul. It is a product swap. If you are still reaching for thick conditioners, swap them for a lightweight volumizing formula applied only from the mid-lengths to ends, never at the roots. If you are still using heavy styling cream, swap it for a fine mist volumizing spray that adds texture without coating. That single swap changes everything from the root up. For maintenance, rinse your hair with cool water at the end of every wash. It seals the cuticle flat and helps strands reflect light, giving the illusion of natural density. This is the one that made a friend of mine stop mid-conversation and ask what changed, and all she had done was remove the wrong products. You needed to hear this. Now here is the part that surprises most women who watch this channel. It is not just the products adding weight. It is the way you are applying heat that is silently collapsing every strand you just tried to lift. That is coming up in part 2. And it is going to completely change how you approach your routine. Part 2. The heat mistake. How your blow dryer is working against you. Picture this. You have done everything. Washed, conditioned with the right product, towel dried. You pick up the blow dryer, and 5 minutes later, your hair is completely flat again. Sound familiar? The way most women over 50 use heat is the exact opposite of what thin hair needs. Blow drying straight down, using a flat brush and pulling the hair toward the floor. It feels right, it feels smooth, but it is training your fine strands to lie flat against your scalp. That downward tension is aging your entire silhouette by removing the one thing thin hair desperately needs. Lift at the root. Here is the technique shift that changes your hair entirely. Dry your roots first. Flip your head forward or use the dryer pointing upward at the roots, lifting as you go. That directional change tells each strand to sit away from the scalp instead of against it. If you are still using a flat paddle brush, swap it for a round, medium barrel brush. The barrel creates natural volume as it turns. If you are still drying on high heat, swap to medium heat and high airflow. Airflow builds lift, heat just dries, and more heat can actually weaken fine strands over time. This is one of those things that once you see it, you cannot unsee it. For maintenance, finish each section with a 10-second blast of cool air before releasing the brush. It sets the volume you just built and keeps it there hours longer. Here is the quiet truth about root lift. Once you learn to build it with airflow, your bone structure reads completely differently on camera and in photographs. The fullness that comes from properly lifted roots draws the eye outward, and it frames those beautiful eyes of yours in a way no product can replicate alone. Yes, that's simple. But here is something even fewer women realize. The cut itself might be working against all of this. In part 3, I am going to show you the haircut shapes that are silently adding years, and the ones that instantly make thin hair look fuller and younger. Part 3, the cut mistake. The shapes that add years and what to ask for instead. Bold truth. The wrong haircut is the single thing that can undo every good product and technique decision you have ever made. And most women over 50 are wearing at least one of the 3 cuts that quietly collapse fine hair's potential. The The first is the blunt jaw-length bob cut in a single heavy line. On thick hair it looks polished. On thin hair it creates a dense horizontal edge that makes the hair look scarce above it and heavy below, drawing the eye to the jaw rather than lifting it toward the cheekbones. It is doing the opposite of what you need. The second is the mushroom-shaped cut, short, rounded, and uniform all the way around the head. This shape adds a wide horizontal silhouette exactly where fine hair needs movement, and it compresses the crown, making the scalp appear more visible. It ages your natural elegance in a way that is difficult to understand until you step back and see the overall silhouette. The third is the too long one-length style with no layers. Without layers, fine hair has no place to breathe. It hangs together in a flat curtain and shows the scalp more, not less. Here is what to ask your stylist for instead. Soft feathered layers that start at the crown and graduate gently downward, keeping weight and movement without a single blunt edge. A layered lob, just below the chin, gives fine hair the framework it needs to hold volume from root to tip. If you are still wearing a blunt cut with no internal layers, swap it for a layered cut where the shortest layer begins at the crown. The difference in visual density is immediate and remarkable. This is the change that makes women come back 2 weeks later and say they have had 5 compliments in a row. But your cut and your products and your heat technique, they all depend on one final thing most women have never been taught. And that is what part 4 is about. It is the finishing step that ties everything together, and it takes less than 90 seconds. Part 4, the finish mistake. The final step that makes everything hold. There is one technique that changes how your entire hair reads from across a room, and almost every woman over 50 is skipping it entirely. Not because it is difficult, but because no one ever explained why it matters. After all the right products, the right heat, the right cut, most women seal everything in place the same way they always have. They smooth everything down. And that final smoothing motion is the last mistake in the sequence, because it presses the volume you just built back toward the scalp. The finishing step that changes everything is this. Instead of smoothing, you lift. Work a tiny amount, and I mean a pea-sized amount, of lightweight texturizing powder into the roots at your crown. Then use your fingertips to gently push sections upward rather than pressing them down. That upward motion at the root is what keeps volume vertical rather than allowing gravity to win. If you are still finishing with a heavy hold spray applied all over, swap it for a flexible hold spray misted only from 6 inches away. Never press directly to the hair. If you are finishing with a brush out, swap it for a fingertip-only finish at the roots so you preserve every strand of lift you built. The difference is not subtle. It is visible in every photograph. Honestly, this was the final piece that made everything else finally click. And it takes less than 90 seconds once it becomes habit. For maintenance, touch up your crown lift at midday with just your fingertips. No products needed. 30 seconds at a mirror and your hair reads full and intentional for the rest of the day. You needed every single part of this. Not just one tip, the full sequence together. That is what makes thin hair finally look like it has real, natural density. And it frames your natural elegance in a way that turns heads without a single person knowing exactly why. This is everything. All 4 steps together. Now go use them. You just learned 4 mistakes that most women spend years making without ever understanding why their hair keeps falling flat. And now you have the full sequence to reverse every single one of them starting today. You didn't just watch a video. You changed how your hair will look tomorrow. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments. Which of these 4 mistakes were you making without realizing it? Was it the heavy products, the heat direction, the cut shape, or the finishing step? Drop it below. I read every single one. Next time, we are tackling the one skincare mistake that adds 10 years to your face without you ever suspecting it. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I will see you in the next one.